All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Angel. I am the co-host and creator with my fiance.
How you doing? This is Gabriel, co-host and creator of the Push to Love podcast.
So we decided to go ahead and make the jump into the podcast world. We have been in a relationship for now about 3.5 years, and Gabriel proposed to me about 3 months ago.
4 months ago.
4 months ago, at the beginning of the year in January. 3 days into the new year, he went ahead and proposed to me, and so we are working on getting married in November. And we had this talk where we just kind of had a day, we were on vacation, and we sat back and we were just thinking about everything we have gone through in our relationship and how we really have made it through a lot of obstacles that a lot of relationships in our situation don't make it through. And it would have been so nice to be able to have a forum to come to and just be able to realize that you're not going through a lot of things alone.
A community.
Yeah, pretty much a community. And so, Gabriel?
So yeah, really the mission to this podcast, it really revolves around two individuals with two different perspectives of life coming together in this journey of love and life and happiness. We want to create a community for couples alike with spinal cord injuries, allowing a behind the curtain look at a relationship with an individual with a spinal cord injury, with touching on everyday subjects from work, fun, and intimacy.
Perfect. So now that that's our mission, we also had a few goals, I believe, that we wrote down as well. You want me to speak on it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So the few goals that we had talked about, one that we both kind of agreed on is we want to go ahead and spread light on the love shared between a spinal cord injury and an able-bodied person alike. We want to speak about open communication about the difficulties that we may experience in this type of relationship. We, like Gabriel has said, behind the curtain, look at the relationship with an individual. So we're just going to be very raw and authentic with you guys to show you guys what it's really like to be in our position.
Definitely.
We definitely want to touch on everyday subjects, so work, fun, intimacy, just like Gabriel had mentioned. And then we just want to develop a trusting environment and relationship with you guys to where you guys can come to us in communication and we can be able to offer feedback.
Yeah.
Anything
definitely.
else you want to add on?
No, that's good. So this will be a segment in the podcast that we do consistently. And we'll kind of just lead with something a little bit light. And we like to call it That Was Awkward. So this segment will, include a plethora of things, whether it's, something that happened in our relationship that was awkward, something that we saw in public, on a date, in our personal lives.
Yeah.
I think the best one that kind of just happened to us when we were talking about it is with my service dog. I have a puppy, a Doberman. She's not really a puppy. She's 3.5 years old. She's about to be 4.
She'll be 4 in 2 weeks.
Okay.
She's not a puppy. She's not a puppy.
She's a child. But she, I trained her. I personally took her in, and I didn't get her when she was 2 years old, like a lot of services do. I got her as soon as she was a puppy. 9 weeks old, so she used to fit in my forearm, and now she is a humongous 75-pound dog who sometimes doesn't understand how big she is. But she's trained to do everything, whether it's help me get up off the ground, whether it's just to make sure people keep a comfortable distance when we're in public. Because people like to push up on my wheelchair and I get real claustrophobic. I'm like, why are you this close? So she's a deterrent of that, and she'll push up on a person in a nice way, hey, back up. But one of the things that she also loves to do is knock people down when she's playing. She's a master at it. and she takes pride in it. So we were at the park, and we were throwing the ball back and forth, and Angel runs out, and I tell her, go get Angel. So she literally like runs, but like cuts her off so effortlessly. Angel just
didn't see it coming.
It was, and backstory behind this, Angel is the most clumsiest person I've ever met in my life. And she says she's athletic, like, and then like she argues this point like, oh, cheerleading is athletic. Well, athletes don't get tripped.
First
that
of all,
easy.
listen.
Like that was bad.
Clumsiness
You
and
fell in
being
slow
an
motion.
amazing cheerleader. Actually, I was a song leader. I keep telling you this. I was a song leader. But me being clumsy has nothing to do with it. I used to run into walls all the time. You can ask my mom. There was one wall in our house. Lived in that house my entire life. Was born in that house. And to this day, I can go to my mom's house and I hit that same wall every single time. It just never fails. It's just who I am. But Isis definitely caught me off guard. I don't know if I might have done something to her maybe the night before. I don't know, because she came after me with a vengeance, and all I remember is her cutting me off. And next thing I know, and I was like, no, Isis. Next thing I know, my legs are like up in the air, and I'm like slowly. That was like the slowest fall in history.
And the crazy thing is, it's like it's not just you. It's not just. She's done it to my caregivers. Literally 2 weeks ago, we were out at the park. I was with one of my caregivers, and he was, she left the ball out there, so he was jogging out to get the ball, and she just took that as a personal challenge and just took him. And he's a big guy. He's like 6'4". He's a good 200 something pounds, and that never looks good falling.
No,
that's just depressing.
She makes sure you.
And she like walks away with a prance, like
Yeah, I remember when I fell, I literally was like laying because it hurt. It hurt my pride, and it hurt physically. So I was just laying there, and she's trotting back to Gabriel, like, look what I did, Dad.
And the funny thing is, like, she's a servant though. Like, if I fall down, she runs to me to help me up. Like, oh my God, get up. Like, someone else's fault, that is unfortunate.
She pranced her little butt on over to him and just looked at him like, are you proud? And he's just laughing. He never even like corrected. Finally, he's like, go help Angel. And she like came back over to me. But then she almost taunted me. Just kind of went in circles around me. I'm just like, wow, this is...
Well, she made me fall last night. But like, she was literally going in between my legs. And then like, she looked straight up to like look at me. But she doesn't understand how strong she is. And I'm a quadriplegic, but I'm an incomplete quadriplegic, so I can stand and walk. So like, she pushes back like that, and I'm just like, no.
That's the slowest fall.
It was a grandpa fall. I was trying to take everything else down.
Take everything with you.
And like, she just sat back like, oh no. Yeah, she felt bad. At least she felt bad when she fell. So that was awkward. I mean, but I never knew I could have a service dog that could play in the NFL. I mean, she tackles better than half of the Phoenix Cardinal team. Shots fired.
Bang bang.
But alright, so go ahead. We're
gonna go ahead and move on and do our first topic. And so we wanted you guys to get to know a little bit more about us. So our very first topic is pretty much our love story and how we got to the point of where we are now, happily engaged.
She's stalked.
So, because we honestly have two different sides of this whole entire story, I'm just gonna quickly bullet point tell my side of the story, and then he can chime in and he can tell his side as needed. You ready? Let's do this. All right. So, July 2015, me and my girls decided to go on a girls trip. I knew that I was going to be headed back into nursing school, which means a lot of my time was going to be succumb to studying and just, head in the books. I knew I wasn't going to be able to travel as much because I'm not working as much.
And did you say what you were going to school for?
For nursing.
Okay.
Did I not say that?
No,
sorry guys. Yeah, I went to nursing school. So at that point, I was already a licensed vocational nurse. At that point, I was going to school to get my RN, my registered nurse license, which I am now, going on a year and a half of being an RN. But prior to that, I was an LVN in California working in pediatrics, the spinal cord unit. And so I was in this transition phase. I'm like, we have to do something fun. So I'm like, girls trip to Miami. Woo, let's do it. At that point, I had been out of a relationship for a little bit over a year, about, I would say. I don't know, somewhere around there. And so I honestly wasn't thinking about guys. I was just like, I just want to focus on getting back to school, doing what I gotta do, making sure that, you know, I put my life on the right track. And then the first night, me and my girls go out.
Thought trip.
No, I didn't even plan first of all.
They decided they was gonna go to hit the Miami.
He can ask any of my friends what our motive was, and it wasn't a thought
She
trip.
was planning to be out here. That's what she was planning.
Sir.
And then she ran into something else.
Okay, so the very first night that me and my girls go out, it's 4 of us. Half of them went to bed because they traveled that day, and I was like, listen, we came here to have a good time, and sleeping was not one of the things that we planned on doing. So, me and one of my friends left the hotel. We went to dinner, all 4 of us. Half of them stayed. Me and my friend left. We're walking down the street. We get kind of pulled over by some random guy who's trying to get us to this club, but he's only trying to let us in one by one. We're like, no, we're good. As we're trying to back away from this guy who's being very aggressive with us, Gabriel and his group of friends happen to walk through. And so, I'm not the first person to talk or the first person to kind of make things happen. So I told my friend, like, hey, I need you to kind of get their attention and maybe we can. So my first intentions was just to get away from this creepy guy who's trying to mess with us. My friend goes and talks to his friends. Gabriel was like pushed all the way to the back of the group. It was like a good 3 or 4 of them, but he was like all the way in the back. And so my friend brings me over and I meet like his group of friends first, and then at the end of it all, I guess she already mentioned Gabriel, like my name was Angel. Cause I walked up, he goes, "Oh, you must be Angel." I'm like, "Yeah, hi." We shake hands. They go about their day. I kid you not. Okay, well, let's pause real quick. Let's pause.
What? And prove the point.
Fact check me.
I was not trying to be a thought in Miami. I was out there just trying to have fun with my friends and do, you know,
and what was your
fun,
reasoning
friendly
of being in Miami?
And we were, you know, having a high trip. And I was actually getting ready to, all seriousness, I was getting ready to have surgery on my ankles, both of my ankles.
Your Achilles tendon?
You know, my Achilles, because I had drop foot from, you know, just not wearing night splints. And wear your night splints, fellas and ladies.
They're important.
It's important. So I got drop foot, so I was one of those quads that was literally walking on their tippy toes, and you know, eventually it just got to the point where I got strong enough where I could walk long distances, but I could not walk long distances because I was tiptoe, you know. So finally I decided to have this surgery. But before I was, you know, the recovery time was going to be ridiculous. They were talking anywhere from 6 months to a year before I was anywhere near normal, back to normal strength, and just functionality. So I was going to just go have some fun with the guys, you know.
Have some fun. Y'all heard that.
Have some fun. Like, you know,
Funs
go to the bar.
Women
No, you see, okay, so back to her story. When we were on the street, like, all these girls kept coming up to her and I was like, hey ladies.
Hey ladies.
I'm not here for you. I am just here being a friend.
So.
And I was trying to go to the bar, and then Angel and her friend come up. I'm like, yes, your name is Angel. You're cute. There's a lot of people who's cute here. We gotta go.
Alright, so.
Is that not true?
I mean, if that's how you view it, it's good.
Okay, but was I all up on y'all? Was I trying to
No, you were not. You were very, I said you were very pushed back. Like, you really just didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't really
you didn't want to be bothered.
I wasn't interested, right?
I'm not going to say you weren't interested, but
I didn't want to be bothered, right? That's what you said. Run back, rewind. She said I didn't want to be bothered.
Okay.
AKA I didn't know I would.
Yeah, he was acting like he didn't want to be bothered. But I legit had like an epiphany from God. And I had told my friend, her name is Courtney, who we call her Baby, because we have 2 Courtney friends in our group, and so she's the youngest. We call her Baby. So I'm like, Baby, we have to go after that guy. And she's like, who? I'm like, the guy in the wheelchair. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little tipsy by that point. I didn't remember your names. I was like, I don't remember his name, but the guy in the wheelchair, he was really cute, like really cute. And I was like really cute. Like, we have to go find him. So yeah, and what kind of threw me off about the entire situation was that I'm definitely not the person that approaches guys. I've never have been. So this is literally the one time I fucked up and was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna go find this boy. So she's like, well, I got his, you know, like we can find him. She grabbed his friend's number, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what happened, how we got back in contact with him. But, you know what? I know exactly what it was. I saw you when you were coming, and I was like, the guy in the wheelchair is cute. And then she was like, so she kind of took one first and was like, I'll get his friend's number because she knew I was shy. I couldn't get yours. So she ended like constantly.
She got my number, no way.
Who?
You.
Whatever. And so then she texted the guy for me and was like, hey, where are you guys going? So, like, she's literally taking one for the team, and I really appreciate her for it.
They gonna watch this, they gonna like, she didn't take one for the team. She was trying
no, not like.
She was trying to holler.
No, she wasn't. She was happy in a relationship. She didn't want him. But, no, seriously, I'm such a shy person that I couldn't approach you. And so she did it for me, you know, by kind of segueing it through. And so I remember she texted like, hey, where are you guys going? So then they tell us they're going to Wet Willie's. So I'm like, all right, we about to push the Wet Willie's in our heels, and we just like just making our way down Ocean Boulevard. We get to Wet Willie's, sure enough, they're there. So we're just like having a good time. I don't know if Gabriel knew I was coming. I kind of didn't really care.
And then I was in there flirting with the bartender.
Yeah, you were. Because then I walked up, and so then they're all upstairs. If you ever been to Wet Willie's in Miami, they're in the upstairs portion.
You should go. It's accessible and it's extremely fun.
Yeah.
And the drinks are amazing. Miami is kind of inaccessible, kind of accessible.
So those are one of the few spots that
you know it was super fun.
Yeah. And so we're sitting at the high top table, and my friend's like sitting right across from me, and I just started like talking to Gabriel. Mind you, this is not Angel. This is not normally how I do things, but I was like, you know what? Whatever. You like this guy. I don't know why I like him so much, but you like this guy. And so I went on ahead and we had a good time. We talked. He was giving me drinks. He's buying me drinks. Come to find out, the bartender was actually giving him the drinks for free because they were flirting before I got there, and he's just passing them off to me. So,
excuse me, I just want to type it right here. Just because I'm frugal with my money does not mean nothing. That is actually one of my best qualities.
Okay, so yeah, that happened. So he did that, and it was fun. We had like a really good night. So we ended up staying till I think what was like at 4 a.m. So we literally we're having fun, a good time. This entire time we're literally just like learning each other. And so I kind of had told him, you know, at that time I was a spinal cord injury nurse for pediatrics, and he explained how he was in a car accident. He broke C5 and C7, correct?
C5 to C7.
Yeah. And he told me it's incomplete. So instead, he was gonna try to continue to tell me the process of like the whole spinal cord injury. And I'm like, you don't have to go there. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. So it's kind of like
that's
a connection.
That's the moment I found out she was obnoxious. As in like nurse knowledge. Like, no, I know. Like, you know how when people like, oh, I'm a doctor. I know. Like, you don't know everything.
I wasn't like that. I just wanted him to know, like, I understood the terminology that he was talking about. Like, it wasn't foreign. Because if you talk to a regular lay person who just has no idea about any type of medical things, and you say, I'm a C5 and C7 quadriplegic, would they know exactly what you're talking about?
No.
Exactly. So I was letting you know.
This is the thing.
Hey, I
you should have graciously let me show my knowledge.
Oh my goodness.
But it's okay. I had to learn. I'm glad I learned.
Anyway.
Help me now. Not argue with you, because you know everything.
As long as you know. So the night ends with he promises that I was like aggressive that night.
Very. Very. Not aggressive, abusive.
Don't say it like that.
Yeah.
I was not.
You know, so first of all,
I was drunk. First of all,
if you learn anything as you learn about Angel, she gets giggly when she's nervous and when when she's like just
I
off.
think I'm a giggly
Like,
person.
Yeah, you're a giggly person,
Yeah.
but like this turns into childishness. Like she converts to her inner child. So you know when you were kids, how did you like show a person you like them? You hit them. She does that as an adult. She's like, I like you. I don't know.
Bow.
You see that? Y'all heard that bow. Abusive.
It was love taps.
But anyways,
Anyway,
she was
so
very handsy.
I was,
She don't say that.
I mean, listen,
She's
I
not
went for
gonna
after what I wanted, and look where it got me.
Almost
Alright.
got you a lawsuit, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
It's either an engagement ring or a lawsuit. I decided the other way. I didn't think I had a good case to stand on.
Wow. Anyway, so the night ended. We're not gonna talk about how the night ended. Should we talk
Yes,
about
we
how the night
are.
ended?
Oh, we're
Okay.
gonna. Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Alright. Well, no,
So-
first of all, let's speak about how we went to the Walgreens.
Yes, so we were leaving Wet Willie's, and you know, after a good night of drinking, what do you need? Snacks. So me and my four friends, I think it was 5 of us, 6 of us.
It was a few of you guys. But
1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was like
it was
5.
more. It was only 2 of us.
It
So.
was like 5. So we were like, oh, let's go to Walgreens. And they was like, oh, yeah, bet. We'll go to Walgreens with you guys. We're walking them, you know, to make sure they're safe. It's 2 ladies, 4:30 a.m. in Miami. So we go to Walgreens. As soon as we go into the Walgreens, they go to a whole different section. Like, they just
We went
disappear.
in with one motive:
That's-
BC powder.
that's
We were
fine.
like, grab
That's
BC
fine.
powder and water. We don't care
That's
what
fine.
they get in.
So we're getting essentials, Gatorade, chips,
So they think.
Um, you know, sunflower seeds, the essentials, Starburst,
Mm-hmm.
Skittles, essentials, the necessities. So then we leave Walgreens, we get the cashier, blah blah. Now, mind you, to just step back person, I'm a solo. I like to I don't know. I'm never really a big groupie. Like, so when you guys were checking out, I didn't see what was. I gave my boy some money, said, hey, pay for my stuff. I'm waiting out front. So we're going to the hotels, and me and one of my friends decide to drop off the 2 ladies, like all the way to their hotel. Good thing was you guys were in the hotel like right next to ours.
Yeah.
So
Without even knowing.
yeah. So then we get into the lobby, and like we're like, all right, y'all, we had a real good night. You know, we just being gentlemen, just making sure y'all get in there safe.
Right. It was a very like respectful night on both ends.
Again, I would marry nothing else but friendship. So, like, all of a sudden, I just see this girl come towards me, rushing with
First of all, I didn't rush. I was already like standing next to you.
white thing of paper, and like it was powder in it, and she stuffs it in the back of my throat, and she says, "Take this, it'll make you feel better," and then flushes it down with water. Now, mind you, we are in Miami Beach, off Ocean Boulevard, in Miami, in the summer,
In the summer,
in
July.
Miami,
In Miami.
in Miami.
First of all.
Welcome to Miami. This could be so many things. I was terrified.
Okay.
My boy looked at me. I looked at him. I was just like, I just got drugged.
Now, mind you guys, I am a nurse at that point.
Makes it even worse. She know what type of doses I need and what I don't need to OD. And this was terrifying. I didn't know what it was.
So, long story.
This is against protocol, right? To just throw medicine in the back of people's throats, right?
Okay, so, like I said, I was not myself that
I'm just
night.
saying.
I already was not myself by approaching this boy. Well, I didn't approach you. Courtney approached you, but I told her to make the first move for me, and she did. Then we showed up to the bar. So that's 2 things already that was just totally not who Angel is, and she just took her shot. The whole point of me, okay, so we got I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. BC powder. It is literally like the Hail Mary if you ever want to go somewhere and get drunk. So, we were going to, when we went to Walgreens, our thing was BC powder and water because we know we're gonna need it because we've been drinking all night and it's 4 o'clock in the morning and we still have a full weekend with our girls in Miami. We want to have a good time. We don't want to tap out the first night. Who taps out the first night in Miami? So we got our BC powder. We go back to the room. He's been drinking just as much, if not more, than what we were drinking. So in my head, I'm like, I like this guy. I really like him. I want him to feel good in the morning. So I take the BC powder.
Listen to the things she's saying to herself in her own head.
Listen to me. You guys are getting like 100%.
A random person come up to you. I want you to feel good in the morning.
Yeah. So what I said, my words verbatim were take
this white powder.
You did say that. I said, you need to take this. You'll feel better in the morning.
Okay, but wait. The way you say that, you make it seem as if you like held it in front of me so I can inspect it, look at it.
No. Okay, so I said, take this. You need to feel better in the morning. I had it in my hand. This is how I had it. If this is you, I just kind of like grabbed his neck and just kind of like tossed it to the back of his throat. And then I had a bottle of water and I threw the bottle of water down and like kind of made him chug it. Like he didn't really have an option. And I was like, you'll feel better. Or I was like, in my head,
those are my words.
It's okay. We're strict on our meal plan, so understandable. I'm proud of you. Anyways, so that. Looking back, if I could redo things, I mean, granted, me giving him BC powder the first time we met has landed me a whole engagement ring.
I don't have hangovers.
I didn't know that. I was just having your back.
I don't like medicine.
This is my thing. I was having your back, but in my mind, I was like,
now,
he gonna wake up from the good thing.
I'm gonna continue to refer to this. It's her way or no way. I don't like medicine. As a spinal cord injury person, I literally take no pain pills. I might take vitamins. I actually need to take vitamins more often. But I hate medicine.
He does not do supplements.
I don't do
any pill form.
Any pill form. I don't take it.
Herbal medication, nothing. Like, I could be like, babe, this is gonna help us live till we're 120. And one of them is over 120.
Give me a good 75. Get me out of here.
Anyway.
Get me out of here, coach. So she takes that and says, no, you need this. And it takes my broken but repaired neck, tilts it back.
Well,
I'm telling you, on the way back to the hotel, it was extremely like, I was like, it was pure terror. Because I was just looking at my whole body like, hey, we gotta stay up all night, man. If I start tripping, take me to the hospital immediately. This is my head. Y'all know what it is. She could lie.
I was a nerd.
Do you know how many times I've gone to places to say, yeah, I'm a doctor? Never, but I heard people do that.
Right, they do. They do. Okay. I'm sorry. You want an apology?
Film this.
Give me your hand.
Film this.
Give me your hand.
You were wrong.
I wasn't wrong because it got me.
You see what I'm saying? I'm glad we're showing this the first episode, Push to Love Community. This is real authentic right here. She literally said, let me apologize. I said, perfect. Were you wrong?
Hold
on now.
I
don't want it. I don't want
it. Let me give you my sorries.
Are you wrong?
No.
Were you wrong?
Okay, maybe I was wrong in the sense of I shouldn't have.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Just like I didn't want that BC powder that night. I should have definitely went. I should have definitely went lawsuit because putting you on the stand, I would hate
but
you.
But check
up.
this out.
I came in with like a power chair.
But check this out.
I'm coming in.
But check this out.
Sympathy.
But check this out. How'd you feel in the morning?
I told you, even without BC Park, I don't do.
But tell me how you felt in the morning.
I felt okay because of the potato chips. It was the chips.
No, it wasn't.
Thank the Munchies. The Munchies, folks. Munchies chips heal all. They have Sun Chips, Doritos, Hot Cheetos, and pretzels. It's everything you need. That's a full balanced breakfast.
Right. So that was like, I know it's a long first time we met story, but like that's legit how we met. And so throughout the process, just quickly how we went through our relationship, we were long distance at first. Well, what happened was I visited him.
So wait, let's end that trip really quick. Hold on, let's wrap it.
Oh yeah,
I'll wrap it up. I'll wrap it up quick. So like we're there for like what, 2-3 more days?
Yeah,
2 more days?
like you were 2 more days. I was
2 more days. So yeah, like the entire trip, like she just kept showing up in my hotel, running off every other girl who was there.
First of all, let's be honest.
Did you or did you not do that?
Was I invited?
Did you or did you
but
not?
Was I not invited?
Yes.
Okay.
But did you run off another person?
Yes. If you're gonna invite me to your hotel, I'm not gonna let another girl be upon you.
I didn't know. You didn't tell me a time, so I couldn't schedule this out.
Well, when you invite me, understand that my time is my time. I'm gonna show up when I'm gonna show up, and whoever is there, they gotta go.
Hey, Push to Love community.
Women.
I'm
I'm
so
just
glad
being completely honest.
She is showing her true colors. She is real comfortable.
Real comfortable.
She ain't have to fake that.
No,
I hope y'all know.
This
She
is
I was out there with other females. You know, because I said I was just trying to meet friends.
I'm walking up and there's like, girl, he's in the pool and he's like hanging out. Like he's in the pool, the girl's sitting on the outside of the pool and her legs are kind of like open and Gabriel's in between her legs, just like laying there.
Me with my physical therapy.
Laying there, talking to her, looking all googly eyed at this little ugly little rat. And I'm like, you know what? What I'm not about to do is lose this game to a rat. So what I
was doing flow therapy first of all.
Whatever.
So we not going. Anyways, folks. So
we got some stories.
So she kept coming back to my hotel room.
He was inviting me.
Okay,
who was extending invitations to who?
Because I am a gentleman.
Out of all the women in Miami, though, you made sure every single day. Hey, you should come through. Hey. You should make your way into my
gentlemen.
Hey, you should come to our pool. Our pool's dope. You right next to us.
Was our
come
pool
on
not
over.
better?
Our pool had a club though. Y'all pools didn't have a club. We had a whole club. Like it was. Yeah, you guys had a lounge pool. We had like
because we came to hang out with each other because me and my friends we all lived in different states at the time.
Whatever. Okay.
So anyways, then the end of the trip, I go home.
He calls me.
I call to make sure she's okay. To make sure you was okay, gentlemen. Learn. I'm telling you, man.
Learn from him if you want to get a wife.
Chivalry will get you far.
Man, give me some. It do. We almost missed, but it's alright.
She got terrible hair. I would never do an athletic sport with her. Like a team sport. Like if they was like, oh, the Johnsons versus the Grants.
Hey.
Can I substitute somebody?
Wow. That's how we doing it?
Hey, you are terrible.
I really am not. Actually, I'm really fast.
Fast at falling. That's a lie too, because you fall slow. Damn, you even fall slow. That's a shame.
Back to it.
So anyway, so so go ahead. Now you can. That was Miami.
So he had his. We continued to talk. Like the day that he left, I was still in Miami. He actually like FaceTimed me and. I just want to make sure you make it. Let me know when you get home. So I text him like the next day when I made it home, and we literally like never stopped talking after that point. And so like it got to a point where I was flying out to Arizona every few weeks or like every other weekend.
That's crazy though. Like we've literally talked every day since the moment we met.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of her.
He loves me, guys.
Okay, I do.
I love you.
She got it though. I'm gonna brag on myself on that. I snagged a good one. Oh,
you did. And I got me a good one too.
I'm alright, man. I'm alright.
Nah, you did, man.
I'm like a 6 out of 10.
You got it.
6
you
got 60%, man.
You
did alright. You won the pass in college, but it's okay.
Nah, but seriously, like we literally. So what happened was we were back and forth, and finally got to a point that we just were kind of over the whole long distance part, and it actually didn't take long. We kind of got over being long distance pretty quickly because we started we made it official. We've been dating since July, end of July.
No, we weren't dating. I mean,
we weren't dating. We were hanging out from like July to like.
I had friends. We was hanging out as friends.
Oh my gosh. So we were friends. We were hanging
Because,
out.
hold on, I don't need you putting this timeline out and then other people hit me up like, hey, hold on. You was,
Well, let's be honest. After our trip to Miami, and then you had your surgery. Oh, you scared? You scared? What we scared of?
Let's move on.
What we scared of? Timeline?
So we started dating after my first date to you. We actually took a real first
No,
date.
I agree. We were just talking. We just we talked.
That's right.
We were serious. We were dating for a while. Like before we got like official, we were dating.
That's so weird with our like age group. Like there's so many in between relationships.
It
like
never
back
is
in
like
the day, it used to be like I met you and then I asked you out.
Yeah, like I
and
courted
then
you.
I courted you. Like that was the word. Like I courted you for this long, and then we were in a relationship for this long, and then we got married.
No, we just like date, like casually dated, but
like,
considering we were both in two different states, our casual dating was literally me coming to Tucson for a weekend, and then 2 weeks to go by, and then either I go back, or depending on how far I was in with his recovery process of the surgery, he started coming to me. Which his very first time coming to me was to LA, was in October. He surprised me, came all the way to LA, like had me thinking my best friend was coming into town. I showed to the airport thinking, I'm like, hey, girlfriend weekend. And I just cried. He came walking out of the corridors, and I just literally just started bawling, crying. I think you recorded it. I actually had never seen that video.
I did.
Yeah, so I'm just like in my car, boohoo crying, not even realizing. It was so dope. And so then I remember he made me call off of work that night and then surprised me with Lion King tickets. And
on Broadway. Yeah,
we had like a really good weekend. And then before he left, that's when we made it official.
Yes.
October 25th, 2000.
Something like that.
Yeah, no, that's the date.
Okay.
So that was when we made it like official. And at that point, it got to maybe around February actually, that we started talking about, all right, so what's this next step? Because it got old real quick, the long distance back. Because we were literally at that point, once we got official, it was us going back and forth every week. Like every weekend, like I remember I worked my job, get off at 5, go straight to the airport, be at the airport for like, I had the same flight, 7:05. On American Airlines. I come to you, I hang out with you from Friday night to Sunday night, or even sometimes Monday morning, I would fly back and then from the airport, have my car sitting at the airport, go straight to your class or to work.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did for it. And it just got old real fast. We're like, hey, what are we going to do? And it was never an option for him to come to California. He's like, no, I don't want to move out there. I'm like, all right. He's like, well, I'm going to. Now, at that point, I was like, I had finished up my prerequisites. But I was looking to get into an actual nursing school. So I was applying at that point.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what pushed the conversation, because you were having a hard time getting into a program, not because your grades didn't allow you to get in, but because they like had the lottery system.
Yeah, it's like a lottery system in California. I don't know, we probably have some viewers from California, but we literally in California, if you're trying to be a nurse, you're literally competing against like 10,000 people. That's what it feels like. But you can have like legit a 3.9 GPA, which I think mine was like a 3.8 something. It was really good. But the way that they have everything set up, they were like, throw your name in a hat and pick it, and if you pick, you're in. If you don't, and so it kind of just, I was like, all right, so I'm gonna try a few schools. So I tried like 3 or 4 schools out there, and then Gabriel kind of had brought up the simple fact of like, why don't you just try out here, just see. And at the time he was living in Tucson. I'm like, I'm not moving to Tucson. Ain't nothing in Tucson. I don't want to move to Tucson. I'm like, if I come out there, we gotta go to Phoenix. So I applied to like 4 schools in California, 1 school in Arizona altogether. And I literally got in the schools in California and the 1 school in Arizona. And I was like, all right, this is a sign. And I was like,
so you moved to Tucson. The only reason I was in Tucson was because I got the scholarship to play wheelchair rugby at the University of Arizona, and I had already, once my surgery was going in, I had already told the team and everybody that I was no longer going to come back. That was my last season.
Don't mind me.
So I was perfectly fine with moving to Phoenix.
Right.
And, I like the big.
You were at a good transition point too.
it was a good transition for us.
Yeah. So we came to Phoenix, and that's where life happened for us, I will say. And you know, our relationship definitely went through a lot of its ups and downs. We saw like the best and I think the worst of each other in that moment. That was around like a year and a half too.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's that's our love story. That's how that's kind of the a lot of people say like, what were the odds of us going to Miami the same exact weekend, and you're gonna meet in the middle of nowhere, like not in the middle of nowhere, but like
literally walking on the street.
Like walking down the street. That's like some fairy tale stuff.
It does. Every time I love it. But literally every single time we do or I tell my story to people and I'm like, oh, this is how we met. And everyone's like, there's no way. I'm like, yeah, no.
So I have a question, and I'm probably sure a lot of viewers. Like, when you saw me in a wheelchair, did you have any hesitation?
So what throws me off is, okay, I'm pretty tall, guys. I'm like 5 foot, like 6'5", 5'7", basically. So I'm not like a short girl. And I've always had a complex of like, I don't want whoever I'm with to be shorter than me. So what threw me off about this entire situation is it never fazed me that you were in a wheelchair. Like I never thought like, oh my God, he's gonna like walking next to him. You're definitely, you you look shorter than me in a wheelchair because you're in a wheelchair. I didn't know how tall you were at the time. He is taller than me. He's like,
because I stood up at the bar.
Yeah, at the bar.
I saw your eyes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, I'm incomplete. And she was like, I remember we was at the bar and she was like, you're incomplete? And she was like, how incomplete? I was like, English. She was like, what, you can like kick your leg? I was like, yeah. I was like, I can stand up. She was like, I've never seen a quadriplegic stand up.
Yeah.
I was like, I can stand up. I like stood up and she looked up. Look at this tall glass of chocolate milk.
You're more like milk chocolate though. You're
milk
not
chocolate.
Like dark chocolate, yeah.
That's fine.
You're like caramel. You're like a caramel frappuccino.
They are delicious. With almond milk, extra caramel.
Whipped cream.
Add a little dash of coffee in there if you need the energy.
Right. That's you. That's you for me.
Hey.
All day, every day. Venti.
Oh. See, let's get back on the subject. But yeah, so that's. I think. So do you think it was the best? Like it was kind of like not the best of both worlds, but almost like you saw that I've been through things, and then like to see the perseverance and things, but then also see that I could still stand up and you could still have that aspect as well.
I think after the fact, that was kind of nice to know, like, okay, he does have more function than I was expecting of you. But even prior to me knowing that, I had like a deep interest for you. Like I was like, I don't know what it is, and I told her, I was like, I don't know what it is about him. Like it's something about him, whether it was your personality, whether just how different it was. Like you kind of stood out to me, and it wasn't in a bad sense. Like, ooh, he's in a wheelchair. I don't know. You know, like it was like, yo, that boy in a wheelchair was really cute.
Yeah.
I want to get to know him. Like it, like, to me, you were more than just a guy in a wheelchair. But I wanted to know like what it was that sparked my interest in you. So no, I'm not gonna say it pushed me away or made me feel some kind of way. And like as far as like when I saw the little things as we kept talking, you were showing me like, oh no, I could do this and I could do this and I could do this, and I'm like, oh dang, like you have an awesome story to tell. You like legit. I'm like you are. Because like I've had kids who got ran over by like their brothers and sisters and things like that. Really sad situations, not on purpose, but and their quads, and they just think that life's over. And I'm like, but look at this guy. I'm like, dude, it was literally something about you. But me meeting you in the chair, it did not faze me. And the part that kind of throws me off is after the fact of everything. Literally, when I think like, yo, I legit would not date guys because they were like eye to eye with me. Like I couldn't they would try to talk to me. I try to talk to them like, Angel, don't be that petty. Don't be that, like you're gonna miss your blessing, girl. Don't do it to yourself. And I just couldn't. But with you, it literally never fazed me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it didn't faze me. So I love you, wheelchair, no wheelchair.
Love you too.
So yeah, guys, that's our love story. Now I actually chased him. So you guys don't think point proven. I did chase after him.
See,
I knew what I wanted, and actually after the first night, I don't know if I told you guys this. After the first night, I told him, I was like, "You're my husband."
She did, and it was really creepy. I was like, "Ew, you probably want too many drinks."
I told him, I was like, "You are my husband." I just had a feeling after we talked, we had how we connected, the way we bonded. I'm like, this is it. This is it. I wasn't expecting it, but this is it. In my head, I'm like, I'm good. Whenever you ready, you let me know, cause I'm ready now.
3 years later.
3 years later, he finally figured it out. So it took him a little bit of time, but he got there, and that's all that matters. So, ladies, honestly, I would just say, when you love someone, it doesn't really matter the package that they come in. You just learn that later on. You think that your person's gonna look a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way. But when real love walks in the door, you're just like, you know what? It may not be what I thought down the line, but this is really the best thing I could have ever done for myself. So
yeah. But yeah, guys, like going forward, we're really just gonna be kind of diving deep into our relationship, our experiences. We'll have guests, and we'll just kind of talk to them, talk to each other, and just open up about things. If you guys are watching this, the video of it, in the comment section, ask questions. We'd love to start engaging. We'd love to start meeting you guys, start growing the community. We're really excited. We're looking to post a podcast twice a month.
yes.
So we'll give you two podcasts a month. And most likely we'll dabble one in there, just a little snippet of something, whether it's it could be on what's going on right now in our lives, what's going on in society, just our views, just a little 5 minute, 6 minute, 4 minute, 3 minute video. And then just kind of go from there. But yeah, all right. So thank you so much. Also, we have an Instagram, we have a Facebook. Follow us. Push to Love, PUSH, the number 2, LOVE.
Yeah. All right. So you guys, we can't wait to hear from you guys, and we're excited for this journey we're about to go on.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. Have a good day, guys.